It's not even the end of 2024, and there's already like game company trying to lay off their own staff or shutting down, all thanks to DEI. And what happened to the DEI consultation firm? Apparently hiding underground by changing their name as well. Hello there, how's it there? Ame Gakita there. So obviously today we are gonna talk about DI games and what's not again. Like this is like part of which chapter that I mean if I've been talking about this kind of topic like who know how long when I'm actually kind of like questioning this in my Discord server as well. But anyway, one thing that I actually do notice about a lot of people tend to talk about DI being a failure and what's not. I mean like sure. To be honest, I'm actually like talk about this in many of my random chat that I don't mind DI as long as there's good writing, acceptable character design, and with realistic and inclusive in many ways. But when you kind of like forcefully say like adding your own head canon, adding your whatsoever stuff and things into the game itself, obviously people are going to call it out, people are going to be critical about it, and you can't really like ignore those kind of feedback because those are actually legit good feedback, unless there are people who are trolling. That is a whole new different meaning. But the thing is, right, when it came to like when I say that like game company actually getting shutting down, there's really like freaking Concord getting shut down already, and then out of nowhere the Sony just go around and say that, hey, we're gonna shut down the studio as well. As well as that, even previously when I was like talking like, I don't even consider wanting to get the DragonAge game, considering like it is bad, considering that it's like, when people say it's not bad, it's also not good, it means that it's on the mixed review. I don't care how many like people say, oh, return to form, oh, it's a bad game. To me, if the game is expensive, if the game is not worth the time to get it, then I won't get it at all. As long as it's even if like people who is a hardcore fan of DragonAge, if they want to play the game, by all means go ahead. I'm not stopping anyone. Like my point of view is that I'm not getting it for myself. The story is bad, the game is bad. To some people, they say that story is good, the game is good, then go ahead. We have different cup of tea. Maybe that's how we feel. Like the thing is, right, it's the same thing as when we go around the whole world. Why is it that when you come to food, there's always the culture shock? Just because some people like it doesn't mean other people like it. It's the same thing in Japan when the people say the natto. The natto itself is a very like, it's basically fermented soya bean. But the thing is, right, 50% of the people in Japan like it, another after 50% don't like it. So it's kind of like depends on who like it, who doesn't like it. It's fair games. So in the same thing is for game, is that if people like it, they like it. If I don't like it, I don't like it. It's just that simple. I don't understand why people are so mad about it. So the thing is, right, when it came to game, if they want to like sell a game, if they want to like add in the like I mentioned, diversity, equity, and inclusive, they don't even add in either one of these three. When they just say, oh, it must be all black. If it's a game that is understandable all black with a good storyline, with the game design like interesting and fun, then obviously people will consider getting it. But when you kind of like say that, oh, it must be this, it must be that, and when the story doesn't even make sense anymore, it's like, what? Like the thing is, right, I mean like if you want to even like add in like LGBTQ to the game, by all means go ahead. There are some Japanese games with the character that seem to indicate lesbian or gay, whether you all like it or not. But the thing is, right, those games are still popular whether we all think otherwise. The thing is, the character look nice, people go for it. The story is interesting, people go for it. But when a lot of Western game nowadays is just basically full of BS, obviously people won't even consider getting it. People won't even consider supporting it. It's just that simple. Like I mentioned a long time ago, you go to a fast food restaurant, you look at the menu, obviously you look at which burger that look delicious, you go for it. You don't go and look at the sloppy joe and say that, oh, you like it. Like I mentioned at that time, if people love sloppy joe, by all means go ahead. It's their cup of tea. But that doesn't mean that other people who don't like it must order it no matter what. So that is just that simple. It's just that when you kind of like having like the so-called the boss of Assassin's Creed Shadow claim that DEI is killing the game now, as well as that also end up criticizing the critic himself. Yeah, that seems to tell you a lot about how Ubisoft is gonna be failing even further at this point of time. More so that DragonAge is really like not even working that well. I actually went to take a look at how much they're like having a lot of player P. It's not even breaking 6-digit number. I mean, like, sure, 90k seems to be a very good number, sure, but when you have like not a lot of people playing the game, and most of them have been like refunding the game, people regretting buying the game, and more so that the only way for the game to like break even, like when I say break even, is basically able to earn back the money they put into the game, which is around mostly at this point of time weirdly $200 million. So in order to break even, they have to have at least minimally 3 million copies sold. If they can't get 3 million copies sold, it means that they will be making a huge loss out of this game, and the only way they will be looking out for is either getting shut down or laying off staff. Which is the one thing that I've been telling a lot of people, that the one thing I'll be enjoying is definitely the day when they either announce another layoff moment, or they're gonna just say that they have decided to just shut down the game studio. And who knows? I mean, like, it's just a matter of time. The one thing that when I was like looking and watching the Ubisoft video, like Hill-san talk about it and Rev-san talk about it, that it actually hurt sales. Obviously, like I mentioned, if people don't like it, obviously you have to understand people won't buy it. It's the most simple, basic logic, common sense out there that I don't understand. That what is the CEO thinking? I mean, like, I think that he's just sitting at his desk and one of his staff just go out and say that, oh, look at this shit, it looks so delicious, it's so brown, it's so look like chocolate, it must be tasty. And the CEO just go around and saying that, hey, this shit tastes delicious, without even tasting it. And then expecting everyone around the world must say that shit tastes good. Yeah, whoever says shit tastes good, go and taste it and tell me about it. But don't even bother telling me, because I already have one uncle that I hate so much actually eat shit when he was young, apparently. But anyway, history passed aside one way. The one thing is, right, we all know that when people like a game, they will go for it. It will become popular and it will become a franchise. But when the game became hated, obviously it became the other way around. People won't talk about it. There won't be any more players playing the game. And this is basically, at the end of the day, just became considered what many people will deem it a failure game. So the thing is, right, when you kind of like having this sort of thing going, like the boss himself going to, oh, hey, this shit tastes so good. When everyone says, hey, it's just BS, that is just crap, this is just person just going around thinking that he's almighty, thinking that we all would like the shit when no one even bothered. I mean, like, just go to the toilet and just release it. Obviously, everyone will have some may have bloody shit, some have like whatever shit out there, and it's like at this point of time, do I want to even bother censoring my own words at this point? It just shows how pissed off I am at company that thinking that, oh, people like this kind of thing when the sales tell otherwise. It's really kind of like the moment where we answer with our wallet. If we don't like it, we won't buy it. It's that simple. And the thing is, right, they even go and call out people saying like, oh, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Yeah, when people don't buy it, you questioning us, why are you not buying it? Yeah, and what happened to the company, the consultation firm to be exact, going around destroying game, trying to burn the game industry to the ground, telling game company to release bad-looking game, bad story with questionable history or questionable storyline that made people scratching their head about why the hell is this character out never became a gay or lesbian or whatsoever without a proper answer to it. Yeah. The same company, Sweet Baby Inc., decided to change their name to Well Company along the line. Initially I did want to call it Put Well, but apparently it's called Paul Well. I might be wrong. Maybe some people can educate me on it. Maybe it's called Put Well. Put very well. No question asked. They put so damn well that every shit they release always fail. But anyway, it's just speculation at this point of time, because considering that they actually got caught, and the one thing that actually get me really questioning is like, why would they go around saying that you need diverse voice to solve diverse problem? I'm actually confused. It don't like, I mean, like, if you want to represent the diversity, isn't it more likely to just highlight that you want to let everyone to understand the part of DEI? You want to understand that everyone can, whether can people accept DEI or not. And the one way to go about that is not doing like consultation firm. There is a freaking market research in every game company out there, and the one thing they don't ever do is ask the freaking marketing research to do their work. I don't understand that. Like, seriously, who in the right mind go and hire these kind of people and don't even use them to the T? Like, dude, just go and do a survey, do the marketing research. Everyone will give you the answer you definitely be looking. Which is the reason why, like, MiHoYo game or Swift Out, they always like do some sort of survey at the end of their patch, asking players what is it they want. And instead of like listening to one voice, they listen to the majority one. If one person gives like, hey, there's no diversity in the game, versus like 99.99999% of people saying like, oh, we don't need diversity in the game. You want to listen to that 0.0000001% of the player base, or do you listen to the majority one? To be honest, I won't even listen to that one because that one is basically non-existent to me. The thing is that sometimes you have to listen to the higher majority player base and listen to them, look and ask them, like, question like, what is the thing that players want? If majority people say they don't like DEI, then don't add DEI. If people say they want a good story, then put a freaking good story. If people want a good game character, then put a freaking good looking game character. It's just that simple. And yet people always go around thinking that, oh, we must consultation firm. And now they are all hiding around. And they say that the most frustrating part about the event over the last year is that it's an incredible level of misunderstanding. Misunderstanding on the gamer's side, or is it misunderstanding on the game company side, thinking that every gamers want DEI? I think the huge misunderstanding of 2024 for game company is that thinking that every gamers is actually a modern audience who want those kind of weird stuff in the game when no one actually wanted it. Sure, there may be some people like 1 or 2 out there wanting it. Maybe there will be 100 or 200. But can that be compared to 1 billion players out there? You tell me. But who knows? I mean, like, that is still, at the end of the day, just my speculative thought. But if you really do listen to my advice, game company, if you are watching this game company, listen carefully. I would ensure that I put my marketing research to do the right thing, check up on what is the actual gamer base, what they actually want, and then decide on what is the game that I want to release to the public. Just because you have 1 or 2 people making noise that they don't like sexy character or DEI, those are just people making noise and they don't even buy the game, or they don't even support the game. It's just that simple. But hey, at the end of the day, this is just a random chat. Whether you agree or disagree, whether you have your own point of view, your own thing, your own opinion or whatever, right in the comment section, we can discuss it further. If not, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I sometimes talk about stuff that either makes sense, doesn't make sense, or totally random at times. But the one thing I hope is not random for you guys is have a nice day or night. Bye.